Hello, everyone. You're listening to Alternative Revelations with Linda Emanuel. And today's date is December 30th, 2019. And we're getting close to ending the year. And this podcast is going to be about aroma therapy. It is pretty important therapy, and I'm going to explain why and how it works. But in the meantime, before I begin, I have to read this disclaimer that I am not a doctor, nor am I a licensed practitioner. Therefore, I cannot give medical advice. And these podcasts are for informational purposes only. And with that said and done, I can begin the podcast. And before I begin to explain how the Lamp Berger works, that's the main focus of this podcast, is that you need to know a little bit about mcoplasma if you have not listened to podcast number 2. Mycoplasma is the most common cause of cancer and disease. It is a cell wall deficient bacterium, meaning that it's just the nucleus of a bacterium. Mycoplasma cannot survive or replicate without a host. So, in other words, it is parasitic. It is anaerobic, meaning it does not thrive in oxygen. And this is where it is key about this therapy, is the oxygen. Now, mycoplasma attacks you where you're genetically weak or where you have damaged tissue. And mycoplasma is, again, the smallest living organism there is, even smaller than a virus. Again, it's just a DNA strand encased in a double cell membrane made of a fat and a sugar. Now, mycoplasma can be spread airborne, meaning if you're sitting on an airplane, you're breathing recycled air. You're breathing other people who might be sick. You're breathing their mycoplasma. But this doesn't mean that you'll get sick right away. It takes a trauma or some kind of extreme stress to awaken mycoplasma. Mycoplasma lives in acidity. Mycoplasma monitors 3 things: your pH, your oxygen level, and your immune system. And when you have a trauma, or you have a lot of stress, or you're angry, or you're depressed, your body becomes acidic. And this awakens mycoplasma. Now, getting back to mycoplasma being airborne, that is the focus of this podcast. And that's where the aroma therapy comes in. Now, there are several different kinds of aroma therapy, and they are categorized as follows. The first one is floral, and that includes rose, jasmine, lilac, and gardenia. The second category is citrus, including grapefruit, mandarin orange, lemon, orange, and tangerine. Another category is mint, peppermint, and spearmint. The next one is woody, cedar wood, and sandalwood. The next category is herbaceous, including basil, marjoram, and thyme. The next one is earthy. It includes oak moss and patchouli. The last one is spice, cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. Now, aromatherapy has been around for over 5,000 years. Hippocrates mentions that it was also used by the Chinese, and they identified over 300 herbs that were health beneficial and also caused well-being. Now, I'm going to talk about the Lamp Berger, that's spelled Berger, and it was invented in 1897 by a French chemist who was named Maurice Berger. He invented a product that improved air quality, and he was inspired by observing how poor hospitals' ventilation was. Now, he received 2 patents on his product. One was for the catalytic burner, and the other one was for what he calls Ozoal, Ozoalcool, which is still a trade secret. Now this describes ozonocool. Now Maurice Berger used isopropyl alcohol in his aromatherapy invention, extracted from French beetroot and refined into white sugar and then into isopropyl alcohol. Now this type of water-soluble alcohol blended easily with essential oils. Now this is how the lamp works, and I'm going to read it off of Wikipedia, and it is a little bit lengthy, and I'll try to go through it without flaws, but here goes. When dissolved in liquid form, the ozonocool and alcohol blend together. As a gas, oxygen anion, which is O, will be added into the molecular structure of the alcohol to form isopropyl ozonocool. Ozonocool will release oxygen under the process of catalyzed oxidation and will combine with oxygen molecules in the atmosphere to become supercharged oxygen. This supercharged oxygen is commonly known as ozone. As a powerful oxidizing agent, it will eliminate unpleasant odors and secondhand smoke, acting also as an antimicrobial agent. Through the natural oxidation process in which the extra oxygen anion in the ozone combines with the atoms of the offending odors and toxins, oxidizing them and leaving only oxygen in its place. Thus, the air is left fresh and clean smelling. So that was a little bit of tedious to read that, and a little bit of maybe hard to interpret. But what it boils down to is the oxygen is supercharged. And again, mycoplasma is airborne, and the oxygen kills the mycoplasma. Now, the secret about the Lamp Berger is what kind of essential oils you add to the catalytic burner. So, having a Lamp Berger, especially if you are a caregiver of somebody who has a mycoplasma infection, caregivers are at great risk. And you want to keep that air unpolluted with mycoplasma to keep from getting infected yourself. So many times, women or men who nurse their spouses end up sick themselves and dying within a year from the stress and trauma of losing their own spouse. So the secret about the Lamp Berger is the oxygen. Oxygen kills mycoplasma. Ozone is used to kill bacteria by industry. So there are certain kinds of essential oil to burn in the Lamp Berger to be more effective against mycoplasma. When I researched Lamp Berger on Amazon, you could get aroma scents from popcorn all the way to lily, all the way to lemon, all the way to sandalwood, all the way to cinnamon, everything. But if you've listened to other podcasts, you now know that there are alkaloids out there that kill mycoplasma. So if you add essential oils that help kill mycoplasma, you're double whammying the mycoplasma. Now, these are the following essential oils that you can buy from Lamp Berger or on Amazon that are antimicrobial, and they go as follows. Starting with the categories, the floral, there are really no floral essential oils that kill mycoplasma, but under the citrus category, grapefruit and lemon are antimicrobial. In the mint category, peppermint. In the woody category, cedarwood and sandalwood. And both of these essential oils by Berger are available on Amazon. The next category that is effective against mycoplasma is herbaceous, which is basil. The next category is earthy, and both oak moss and patchouli are effective against mycoplasma, and both of these are available on Amazon, and I have left the link in the description of the podcast. And the last category is spicy, and the ones that are effective against mycoplasma are cinnamon and cloves. And again, cinnamon contains the most powerful alkaloid out there, which is berberine. Berberine is also in bloodroot, golden seal, oleander, vinca minor are myrtle, and oil of oregano. Also, I would like to add that Lamp Berger kills fungus spores and mold spores in the air. It does not kill it if it's on the walls or the floor. And if you listen to a previous podcast about the 5G, you know that a fungus spore is a virus. So yes, Lamp Berger kills viruses in the air. So I have left all the links to Amazon to purchase these specific essential oils. And it is very important that caregivers, especially who are taking care of Alzheimer's or taking care of any loved one who is sick with mycoplasma chronically, you are getting infected in the air. And the Lamp Berger knocks out the anaerobic bacteria in the air so you don't get infected. Now, if you want to research this product more, I recommend going on Amazon.com. Lamp Berger has videos that you can watch under their essential oil category. You just click on video and it tells you exactly how much to burn, how long to burn, how to clean it, everything. It's very, very informative. And they do recommend that you burn the Lamp Berger for 20 minutes. This eliminates the pathogens in the air. And 20 minutes of burn time per 110 square feet is all you need to purify the air and leave it wonderfully fragranced. Now, the bottles that you buy on Amazon are 16.9 fluid ounces, and they provide 20 hours of use for approximately 80 hours of fragrance. Now, they recommend that the burner and wick assembly be replaced every 200 lightings. That's pretty many. Or after 1 year. And also you can buy Lamp Berger on Amazon. They're a little pricey. They have a price range depending on how fancy you want yours to look. But I recommend that you just research it and see if this is meant for you. I have one. I think it's very important for people who are nursing or caregivers of sick people that they get a Lamp Berger to protect themselves. Now, I always like to finish with some interesting story or maybe some facts. And the following are some fun facts about our sense of smell. Studies show that 75% of emotions are triggered by smell. Another one is the sense of smell is fully developed in the womb. Next one is a woman's sense of smell is stronger than a man's sense of smell. People can smell things better in the spring and summer because of moisture in the air. Now this last one's this one's interesting. Humans have 5 to 6 million smell detecting cells. Rabbits have 100 million, and dogs have a whopping 220 million smell detecting cells. And the last fun fact is the smell of a new car is one of the most popular scents. So I hope this was educational. I hope all my podcasts are educational. And I haven't forgotten about the big interview coming up with Dr. Taylor. We're postponing it till January. He's going gun-hos with the mild silver protein IV. We're going to be able to talk about a lot of his patients, not by name, but a lot of patients he's treating with the silver. It's going to be very, very good podcast. I'm looking forward to it. I've dreamed about this my entire life, or the last 15 years of my life, that there would be a doctor giving the IV. There is one in California giving the IV, but I don't really communicate too much with that doctor. But this doctor is in total belief about mycoplasma. He thinks outside the box. And I'm looking forward to this interview coming up. It's going to be in January, unfortunately. We're going to have a lot to talk about, so watch for us. It's going to be on Zoom, so I will have a video of it plus a podcast of it. So, until next time, Happy New Year, good night, and God bless.